From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is 1011's Morning Pulse.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.
Good morning and happy Juneteenth. This is Craig Allison with your Morning Pulse for Thursday, June 19th. Our first story this morning, some changes could be on the way for students at University of Nebraska schools. The Board of Regents will meet this morning to decide on a possible 5% tuition increase. This comes after state lawmakers only approved a portion of what the board requested to break even last August. If approved, tuition would increase by about $500 for in-state students to just under $11,000. The meeting is at 9 a.m., so we'll be sure to follow it here at 1011 Now. Your second story, Attorney General Mike Hilger's office celebrating a recent court win, getting rid of a Biden-era rule requiring a minimum number of daily nursing hours per resident at nursing home facilities. Last May, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services published the rule, tripled on-site hour requirements, and added a nursing staff ratio, which Hilger said would have made 97% of nursing homes in the state out of compliance. Federal courts agreed with arguments brought up by 20 states that this exceeded its authority in creating the rule. Third story in our crime tracker, 42-year-old Henry Munoz of Lincoln was sentenced to 25 to 36 years behind bars after being found guilty of sexually assaulting a teenage girl back in 2022. This for first-degree sexual assault of a child. In October of 2022, victim reported he had been sexually assaulting her multiple times. On a recorded phone call, Munoz made several statements admitting what had happened and arranged to meet up with the victim. He was arrested at that meetup, and Munoz admitted to talking to her that day, but denies ever having sexual contact with her. Your fourth story, law enforcement and first responders gathered at Waverly Middle School yesterday. More than 50 Lancaster County deputies and 20 first responders from local fire departments ran through a simulated active shooter drill. Waverly students and teachers also joined in, playing the role of victims. Sheriff's Office says they run through these scenarios every 2 years, hoping they will never happen, but saying it helps all parties should the nightmare ever occur. And wrapping things up, today marks 160 years of celebrating freedom for all Americans in the United States. It's a day filled with joy, music, and telling stories of a dreadful and hideous part of U.S. history. 2 years after the Civil War ended, on June 19, 1865, Union troops rode to Galveston, Texas to declare the end of the war and the beginning of freedom for hundreds of thousands of enslaved people living there. And today, we call that Juneteenth, that federal holiday here in Lincoln. Malone Center will be celebrating it, happening Saturday, June 21st at Woods Park from noon to 3 p.m., so be sure to look out for that. But again, happy Juneteenth, and that is your Morning Pulse for this Thursday morning. We'll wrap things up with a look at your 7-day forecast. It's hot today. It's getting even hotter this weekend.
You've been listening to 1011's Morning Pulse. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.